For this lesson, we are going to be working with polynomials, and we are going to find the greatest monomial factor. So points to remember, when finding the greatest common factor of the coefficients is what we're going to do first. And second, when we're finding the greatest common factor of variables, we need to remember when multiplying variables, exponents are added. So our first problem is 2x plus 2y. I'm first going to look at the coefficients. And the coefficients are 2. So I know the greatest common factor for 2 is actually 2. And now as I'm looking at the variables, they are different. So I would, if I'm factoring it, this is what my two factors would look like, but the answer that we are looking for is right here. So the greatest common factor that is a monomial is A2. For problem number 2, we have 4x to the fourth plus 24x cubed. Finding the greatest common factor, we are going to go ahead and we're going to look at the coefficients. I know they're both even, so I could use a 2, but that's not the largest. I know that 4 goes into 24 evenly, so right now 4 is going to be part of my greatest monomial factor. And now I am going to look at my variables, and I have x to the fourth and x to the third. Well, when you're finding the greatest monomial factor with variables, you're going to go ahead and you're going to take the smallest. So 4x to the third is our answer when we're finding the greatest monomial factor. For number 3, we have 6x squared minus 15x. Well, for the numbers, I know that 3 would be the greatest common factor, and we're talking about for the coefficients. And now when we're looking at these variables, remember, we have an x squared, and this is actually x to the first power. So I will take the smallest, and so it actually, the greatest monomial factor is 3x. And looking at the last one, we have 5n squared plus 2n to the fifth. Well, let's look at the coefficients first. And I see that they do not have a factor in common. So I'm going now to my variables, and I have n squared and n to the fifth. Well, the smallest variable that I see is n squared. So that is my greatest monomial factor. If this video was helpful to you today, please add a like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more Math with Marcia. See you again soon.